You know what's more likely than winning the lottery? A zombie apocalypse. No, we're not kidding. Well, maybe just a little. But let's ponder this uncanny scenario. Picture this. You're sipping your morning coffee, scrolling through your news feed, and bam! Zombie outbreak in downtown, reads the headline. Now don't drop that coffee mug just yet. We're not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, or the day after. But the odds? They're surprisingly higher than you bagging that elusive lottery jackpot. Now, while most of us are better prepared for an unexpected visit from the in-laws than a full-blown zombie apocalypse, it doesn't hurt to have some survival knowledge tucked under your belt. Because let's face it, if you're going to be chased by a horde of flesh-eating monsters, it's better to have an action plan. Now that we've established that you're more likely to be chased by a zombie than hitting the jackpot, let's dive into the do's and don'ts of hiding spots. So, you found yourself in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Whoops! But don't fret, we've got some tips to help you pick the best hiding spots. Firstly, shopping malls. We know what you're thinking. A plethora of food and clothing at my disposal. Count me in. But wait, malls are a double-edged sword. Large open spaces and multiple entrances make them a zombie's playground and your worst nightmare. Now, stadiums or arenas may seem like a perfect fortress, but they're as bad as malls. With their vast open spaces and lack of defensible points, they're just a buffet invitation for our undead friends. And hospitals, oh dear. Sure, they're brimming with medical supplies, but they're also a magnet for every zombie in a 5-mile radius. Not to mention the chaos that ensues when everyone decides it's a good idea to raid the pharmacy. High-density urban areas, more like high-density zombie areas. Crowded cities are a hotbed for infection spread, and the last thing you want is to play tag with a horde of zombies during rush hour. You might be thinking, what about a nice, quiet, isolated cabin or small house in the countryside? Well, remember, isolation also means being miles away from help and resources. And the only thing worse than a zombie apocalypse is a zombie apocalypse without pizza delivery. Cemeteries or graveyards might seem like a cool place to hang out, but let's face it, they're a zombie cliché. Plus, the uneven terrain is a sprained ankle waiting to happen. Police stations or military bases? Nah, too obvious. They're like zombie magnets. And don't get us started on vehicle depots or gas stations, unless you fancy being in a Michael Bay movie with all the explosions. We'd advise against it. Alright, we've covered where not to hide, but where should you go? It's not all doom and gloom. There are some places that can be your safe haven amid the zombie chaos. You see, the key is to find locations that are defensible, have sustainable resources, and are easily secured. Now you might be thinking, where on earth would that be? Well, let's consider some options. Rural areas, for instance, could be your golden ticket. They offer access to fresh water, arable land, and are often low in population density. Fewer people mean fewer potential zombies, right? Plus, you'll have the space and resources to grow your own food, making you less dependent on scavenging. Moreover, these areas usually have fewer entrances to secure, unlike those pesky shopping malls or stadiums. And let's not forget the tranquility that nature offers, a perfect way to maintain your sanity in a world gone mad. Remember, in a zombie apocalypse, your survival depends on your wit, your will, and your choice of hiding spots. So choose wisely. If you want to know more about the macabre and mysterious, please like and subscribe.